Okay, so this is easy.
Okay. How many questions?
I don't know, just a little gang.
How many?
Like 8.
Okay.
But you don't have to answer them in depth.
Okay.
I mean, this is the most questions I've gotten because Patreon, we just switched everything. So now it's like kind of working. You know what I mean?
Okay.
As far as Patreon, we used to ask this on Facebook. But Damian Rice says, hell yeah. He just was really excited. He had too many questions, so he's going to write them later. All right. So Nick Ensing says, what was your specific way of entering the world of photography for major artists? Did you land gigs? I know. Let me read these out. Did you have any internships that affected your career?
I had one internship at, oh my God, what's it called? I can't remember. Oh my God.
It was a clothing company?
Yeah, it was like a clothing company.
So what did you do?
It was like a showroom, and I just like took product shots, and I hated it. And that's made me realize I'll never do product shots.
No?
No. Never.
All right, fair. All right, cool. What if someone paid you
I would say
6
though
figures to do it
yes,
10 hours a week?
Oh, no. 10 hours a week, I would do 6 figures for like a shoot.
Right.
Products.
Yeah. That makes more sense. I meant 6 figures in like the 900,000 range.
For how many weeks?
The year.
Hell no.
You wouldn't do 10 hours.
10 hours.
All right, 10 hours is a lot. 10 hours a month. 10 hours a month of product shots for $900,000 a year.
Yes, I would.
Okay.
Also, I just want to say, though, really quick about the question of getting into photography. My biggest thing with artists is, like, you start with, like, smaller artists. Like, don't go for the big artists first. Like, shoot your local artists. Shoot people that are coming up in the local spots in your city. Like, I shot Travis Scott in, like, SOBs. I shot Big Sean the first time ever at, like, an NYU college show. And then at SOBs.
How many shows did you shoot of artists that didn't become those people? Because, like, I'm sure you've shot several artists that were just like New York.
A lot, but not real. Like, they've all grown. Like, I mean, I was at clubs when, like, Flatbush Zombies were you know, doing it. Like, Joey Badass.
Right.
Like, A$AP Rocky. You know, like,
yeah.
I just say, like, start. You never know. Like, when people saw Travis Scott at SOBs, that wasn't that long ago. You know, they didn't think that it was going to be Travis Scott now.
Yeah.
Drake, same thing. J. Cole, Big Sean, Wale, Kendrick. Like, all of these artists started out, and I think, like, you have to be able to, like, shoot them first. And it's easier for you to develop a relationship with people when they're starting out.
Right.
You know?
No, I agree.
So now we have that trust, but it's not just because we're, like, both in good spaces. It's because, hey, I've seen you, like, they'll say to me, I've seen you for 10 years do this. And I'm like, I've seen you for 10 years do this.
Right. Aaron says, "What if you could change anything about yourself? What would you change and why?" Ben, you can answer this too.
I am a procrastinator. I would really change that. And sometimes when it comes to, like, honing in on stuff, like whether it's like working out or like eating better, like things like that, I don't have a lot of self-control. Like, I have to always like find more motivation. So I would say just committing more to things like that.
I hear that. I'm not going to answer it because I just want to get through these. Do you know who 𝐀𝐕𝐎𝐑𝐈𝐓𝐄 is?
No.
He's always on here, but he's like, he loves you so much, he says, but he wants to know how you deal with insecurities when you are second guessing yourself or working in a place where you aren't treated right.
Whew, child.
And I know he talks about, I think he goes through this often, just
it's really hard. I think I deal with my insecurities a lot. I'm not even gonna lie. I think coming off a tour was really hard.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like I was producing stuff every single day, and then I wasn't, and then I was like, what am I doing? And like I was like insecure. Is my next work gonna be as big? Like, what if it's not as talked about? So I've just been like exploring, like definitely like talking to other people, talking to other creatives, like reading,
right,
finding things that re-inspire me, and like trying to learn how to meditate. It's just like an ongoing process of like making sure I feel good, so I'm not as hard on myself.
Super crucial. William Marty says, if you had an hour to teach people about how to improve their photography, what's 5 things that you could focus on? What's one thing that you could focus on?
5 or 1?
Just do 1.
I'll do a few.
Okay.
First of all, I think people shoot at way too high of an ISO.
Okay.
So I would lower the ISO sometimes and play around with like aperture and shutter speeds. So that's like one thing I would really, really focus on. And then my second thing would be like their selection process of photos, because I'm almost positive that they have a better photo and they're choosing the wrong one to show. That's
interesting as fuck.
I feel like people take better photos than they choose, and I think there's a disconnect between what like people like and what the photographer likes, and it like such a big part of that is figuring out what people like.
Right. No, I like that. That's good. Oriana says, please show us the picture, like your all-time favorite ever took, and explain to us why. But you don't have to show us, but like, what's your favorite photo you've ever taken?
Okay, I'll show it to you. It's really cheesy.
Tight.
And I guess it ties into like my mom calling in and stuff.
Good. If you're just listening to the Q&A experience in the interview, Raven's mom called in, so you should listen to that.
Hold on, let me go to my favorite.
Kaiser said, what's the most hilarious memory you have from working with the entire content creating squad for the last tour while you're looking for that photo?
All right, wait, hold on. This is my
you
favorite
already
photo.
Found it? Aww. She even has it hearted in her phone. Can I put it on the thing?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite though because I feel like it's kind of like how I like to shoot people in general. Like I just feel like she looks happy, like, but you can tell that we know it. Like there's a relationship there. I feel like the photo says way more than it,
Yeah.
It tells a story.
No, it's a great photo. And it's a super candid moment.
Yeah, it's like my favorite photo of my mom.
Yeah. And that also shows the relationship of her feeling open enough for you just to take a photo of her candidly. Like that's
the background story was like she had like a really major surgery in 2015 and we had never gone away together. So it was right after the surgery we went to Jamaica for 7 days. Sick. And she still wasn't like fully better. She probably shouldn't have went, but she was just like so happy to like go. And I think just to be alive, that I felt like it was a really important moment.
That's fucking awesome.
The funniest moment on tour would be, what do you guys think?
Funniest moment?
We had so many moments.
Yeah. Dave, come talk into the thing real quick. Come people can hear you, bro. I don't want to have to repeat it.
I'll repeat it. What is it?
When Ben was laying down with the 360 cam in the middle of
So Ben was like laying on the stage, like on this like, like the, what is it called?
We have like jail cell platforms.
Like on the platform, he was above their head, laying above B&J when they entered, like their entrance.
Exit for the show.
Oh, their exit. Oh, laying down with
this is what was supposed to happen. I thought that at the end of the show, for some reason, I thought that when they say goodbye and they say goodbye, whatever, the doors to the wall, we have a huge wall that covers up the platform where the band and shit performs. I thought it would just open up a little bit. They would walk through, they'd say goodbye, and then they'd shut. So I laid on the platform where they were going to walk underneath me, and I would get a 360 view by extending my arm down. But then the band started coming out, and I'm looking at them like, do you have to perform again? And then the trumpet players stood over me, and then I just said, fuck, because the door opened and it went all the way. So I just like put my head down, and in the footage you could see me just
oh my god, it was like the funniest part. I'm not gonna go into it, but like the day we went to Disneyland, like everything that happened before we went to Disney,
right,
with our phones and our laptops and like our group chat
was hilarious.
Probably the
damn it, we can't talk about that at all.
That was probably the funniest moment. Like looking, and then like
or Quasi hating
the safari, and he had on the little Mickey
Disney
Mouse.
he had Mickey Mouse.
But that night was just so, and we were so drunk the day before. Do you remember? We all went out the night before. That was the whole thing. We were all like super drunk in the morning.
And hungover, had to go to Disney.
Hungover, we went to that little Orlando like bar.
Oh yeah.
My homies were here. We got super drunk.
Damn.
I think that night was like one of my favorites and funniest. What else?
Just going to fucking. Did you see the photo I put in my little promo for you coming in here with you in the rain jacket?
My god, Niagara Falls. That was my favorite. That was with Shaquana. That was and it was ridiculous.
We were just getting dumped on with
rain.
And
that was the worst. Do you remember that was the worst hotel we stayed at?
The worst hotel.
And then they had a fire alarm go off because they thought it was carbon monoxide, and
I
we
slept
all
through that shit.
Oh.
Did you sleep through that?
No, we were outside.
I had no idea that shit happened. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Would have died.
Oh my god, Buffalo. You guys.
Get it together over there at that fucking
that
Marriott
hotel was like, oh my god. I was scared to sleep on the sheets.
Did you go to the strip club in Atlanta?
When Dave's parents went?
Yeah.
That was Houston.
Houston? No.
No, remember Marlon and it wasn't Houston?
I didn't go to any strip clubs with you guys.
Oh, it was funny because Robin like made cool with all the strippers and got to like shoot photos.
Yeah, weirdo. Uh-huh.
Yeah. But they all like thought it was so cool.
Yeah, I was like, this is weird.
Anyway, great time. I know you gotta go, so I won't ask every question. But this was
What's the last one?
Well, some people had like multiple questions and shit.
Like what?
Let's see. She wants to stay here. She said, "Just stop me from talking. I talk too much. I have to pee so bad."
Me too.
Your job is my goal. I shoot for families of 3.5 years, and my ultimate goal is to be able to document the Carter's family life one time. Do you need any assistant? Do you know how many times I get asked about if I can, like, can you be my assistant? Can you be my assistant? No, I don't.
No, not yet. But I guess we'll wrap him up then so I can use the bathroom.
There's a bunch, I know. Appreciate it. Thank you for doing this for the Patreon group.
Thanks for having me, guys. Thanks for asking good questions.
Yeah. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.